Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's a sunny day here. It's pleasant, not so warm, and at the same time, not so cold. And I thought before I go out of the home, I share with you some thoughts about perhaps it could help you to ponder and understand a little bit more about why you are lingering and having a hard time to move on, or why the thought of a broken relationship bothers you a lot, and what it is that you're thinking of, and why not um, focus on the fact that this relationship was not good for you, or is not worth you sticking with it, and let's find out why is it that you stick with it, or you don't let go. You constantly have this um, doubt about yourself that, oh, maybe it was good, or try to get it back, or have a problem understanding that it's over, and it's good that it's over, and all that, so forth. So let's generally discuss that. It's not about a particular, my favorite hat. It's not about a particular um, scenario. It's about how the mind works, because we are accustomed to think mostly about what we see and what we feel, physically feel in life, more about our, our physical presence, and we forget that our lives in this journey of life is made out of two parts, the mind and the body. And unless we understand that we are only focusing on the body, on the physical entity, physical part of our entity, our being, then we will not know what we're missing and what else is there for us to focus on, and what is the relationship between our understandings and of our psyche and our the way we handle things. So let's go into it and see what you can get out of it. You see, most of our thinking or analysis of what we are going through, or what we remember in life, is pictorial, but pictures. In other words, when we think of something, or a relationship that is broken up, there are two types of memory of that person that comes to your mind. One is the physical entity of that person. Let's say if you're a man and you like this girl and you broke up with her, what you think, one part is the way she looked, how she dressed, how she presented herself, how her hair was, how her face was, how her smile was. Everything about the physical presence of her and the physical activities that you guys had. And the other part is the character of her, the way she was doing things, the way she was thinking, the way she would express herself, or the things that was expressed between you two, or the character that she has, negative or positive, however. Most of your focus is on the physical part, because you remember more of the things that has pictures. And of course the character and the way she thinks or talks or behaves, or things that's said, which represents and creates emotions in you. And those emotions are why you like or don't like that relationship, that person, that they don't have pictures. So the parts that has pictures more often has priority in your mind, and you see that one, you pay more attention to the parts that has picture. So you pay attention to the physical entity of that person, and the physical entity of that person brings to your mind the pictures that had to do with pleasure. And usually a human being is geared to focus on the good things, the pleasure things and happy things. Like if you remember the person's face, and of course she would have a smile on her face, and that smile will lead you to another good memory that you have from her, because thoughts are all happen to follow or find another part of the chain of connection. It's like an ocean which all the water is connected, but you're in one part of it, yet the other side of the ocean, something else is happening, but from where you are, you can always swim toward that. So there's a pathway that you can actually find, because it's all connected, your way to the other side of the ocean, if should you decide to, or even if you don't decide to, there's a pathway that you decide if I should go or avoid it and go a different direction. The thoughts are the same, that it is not really your doing, it's connected. And so whatever comes to your mind is not necessarily yours, it's just because it's like a chain, it's connected. So you wonder, why am I thinking of this? And because I'm thinking of it, then it must be true, or it must have any actuality because I'm thinking of it. No, it's just because it's there, It's not that you created it. Anyhow, meanwhile, back in the ranch, getting back to what we're talking about. So that picture would usually have the priority. Whatever has picture has a priority to come to your mind. Your focus and attention will go towards that. It's like when you think of a movie, you remember the pictures, right? You remember the pictures of the movie clearly. How that action was, how that car was, how that horse was, how that person was, what that action was, what that running was. It's easy, and you remember it clearly. But you don't remember what was said in that scene. Maybe general idea, but you don't remember detail of what was said, what words were used, and how it was used. You only remember how that person said it, what facial expression she had or he had on his or her face, and maybe the tone that it was said, and the whole picture, that frame. But you have no recollection of which words exactly were used, the detail of the words. Right? So anything that has picture has priority in your mind. And that's why you constantly, when you break up with someone, you constantly think about the way she looked, the way that person looked. A nice dress, maybe, if it's a man, a good suit, or if it's a lady, how she was dressed and groomed, and all the how ladies beautifully dress themselves. So those pictures of her leads you to the pleasure part of the experience that you had with her. And when you have this pleasure part, you will have no reason to think there was anything bad about it, and you constantly think about, oh, I can't move on, she was so wonderful, she was this and that, because always you have these memories of whatever had pictures, the activities and all those activities, and the mind usually goes toward the pleasure activities, the good memories. So you constantly have all these good pictures, and you have somehow bypassed all the bad things. First of all, naturally you won't go after the bad pictures because they don't come up, because we usually tend to choose the good happenings of life to remember. Secondly, you don't remember the words that she uttered, or you went between you guys, or the character that she has or he had, because none of that have pictures. So therefore, always you see a priority of whatever has pictures, and those pictures are usually referred to a pleasurable fun part, good pictures, and they lead to another good event. And therefore, before you know it, you wonder, why did I break up? I really love her. She was so wonderful, because all these pictures doesn't allow you to see what really was the character and the emotions that was being created and the words that was being uttered, the way things they were behaving, and the differences that you had in your uh, mentality, consciousness, and order that you had created for each other. So, if you're wondering why you can't go on on top of all the other videos that we have made, you can also ponder on the fact that it's not because that relation was so good because you're thinking of all these good things that we just talked about. The reason for you thinking about all these good things is because of what we just discussed, that naturally it's the way that your mind behaves. You go after what has pictures, you neglect to even remember the words or the behavior or the character because they don't have any specific pictures, and you move from one pleasant, pleasurable image in your mind about that person or that relationship to another because they lead to another good stuff, and suddenly you think, wow, everything was good. Why did I? So then you miss that person because you really haven't focused. Now, if you give a picture to the character and to the words and to the emotions that was created and create that as a picture as well and focus on that and not be fooled by all these good pictures that seems to have find its way to the top and bring to your attention, then you will be able to remember why it wasn't good, why it wasn't working, why you don't want it to get back together, and why is it that you would have an easy way to let go and go on, go forward, and find another opportunity and find other people that you could connect with better and socialize with good and positive people, find positive activities and new friends, and then explore those opportunities rather than being stuck in this. Knowing why you happen to keep thinking that this was good and you want to get back to it perhaps will help you to realize the truth of the matter and why you should easily move on. Basically, that is what I wanted to discuss with you, and hope that will create something for you to ponder and make it easier for you to enjoy every moment of your life. So life is short, and there's so much out there that life can offer to you if you're ready and open to it, and focus on the fact that life is not limited to one relationship, one bad relationship, or one person that you couldn't get along, or they couldn't get along with you, or it wasn't a perfect match or suitable for what your standards and what you're looking for or expected. Anyhow, don't want to be long-winded. I've got my tea getting cold, and go make yourself a good day. Have a good day and enjoy yourself. Talk to you soon.